I can't talking about, so
Hey guys, thank you. Welcome back to On the Mic with JB Banda, part 2. Today, for you guys who don't know, I'm joined by Tamara Joy, married at first sight Australia season 6. We were doing so great until the internet decided to cut us off. But we're back on. We're back on. And Tamara, you were telling us about the trolls online and how nasty messages you were receiving online. And you saying somebody was talking about, even talking about your late mother. Like, talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, you get all different sorts of forms of trolls, and I actually even used to get, trolls on my Instagram page before even going on the show. So it's like nothing new to me. But when it becomes personal about like your family, your loved ones, you kind of can't really navigate past that, because that's when you start to take it personally. You can attack my appearance, you can attack my personality, like whatever. I actually generally am unbothered. I don't care what anybody thinks of me. But when you're going to come at me and like talk about my family or like my friends, you kind of can't switch that off. Do you know what I mean? And that's when it starts to really affect you.
That's true. Yeah.
I guess like a lot of people might not be able to switch off and be as unbothered as I am. But I just don't see the point in people like making nasty comments. Like, you don't really
I mean, to a point where people
you
actually,
think you do, but you don't.
When people are actually like making death threats, like that's crazy.
It's wild. It's wild. Wow, like the world we live in today, humanity, I can't even, like, people need to sort their lives out.
I mean, it's crazy, because like that's why like I put up a petition on my Instagram page for people to sign that. I feel like they should put like restrictions on social media. I feel like you should be over the age of 18. You should open an account with your ID in terms of your driving license or your passport. That way each account can be tracked and we can see who these trolls are, because it's not nice to be like, for people, because a lot of people think they can hide behind the keyboard. And I feel like
keyboard warriors.
Exactly, the likes of Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and all these accounts, they need to do more, because there's been a lot that's been going on about a lot of people getting death threats, a lot of people being bullied online, and even to a point where it's like kids, and some kids are actually going to a point where they commit suicide because of it, because they can't take it, which is nasty. It's actually crazy to think like, just for what you say to somebody online, they've taken their own life. I mean, like, why would you want somebody to take their own life? Why would you want to spread nasty things online about somebody you don't even know? So it's really like, it's crazy that people actually do stuff like that.
I mean, it's a very touchy subject. It's something we could probably discuss for hours and hours.
I know.
Like, I just think everybody needs to be better, do better, be kind. You don't know what somebody's going through. So you might say something that's going to just break somebody. And then it's like, well, they've committed suicide or they've gone and done something to harm themselves. And how do you feel? Like, that's on you. What? You want to give yourself a pat on the back? Surely not. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. You're right.
It's wild.
It's crazy. So what did you find in terms of the way you were living your life prior to the show and then after? Like, what are things go, like, are things changed, or are you still just doing the same things that you were doing? Or obviously I presume like now you're getting like a lot of press, a lot of deals with various companies and things like that. So would you say like that's kind of an added bonus to it? Or
I mean, that is an added bonus if that's something that you want to do. I personally find it exhausting. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it, if I'm honest, but do I do it? Yeah. It makes money, so why not? But am I a fan of, content creating or, being that like Instagram influencer? Like, no, that's not who I am. I'm not that girl. I really don't care for it. But it does allow me to still live the life that I've always lived. And that's just, a carefree, I'm going to do what I want to do when I want to do it. I can pick up and leave. I can stay. It does, help that lifestyle that I've, created for myself before the show and now after. So I'll sit here and say, it's exhausting and I hate it, but you still do it. Like, you do what you got to do, you know.
Absolutely, you do what you gotta
It like
do.
has its perks, and you know, it has
Yeah,
its perks, and then it has its negatives, and that's just like any job, really, I guess.
absolutely.
So
I was gonna say, yeah, it's like any job. Like you hate it one time,
mm,
and then the other days you have good days, and you know you have bad
yeah,
days.
like I mean, you know, if you're gonna get flown like somewhere and stay in some amazing place, yeah,
Yeah,
bonus. Like
why
you
not?
know, that's amazing. But
Yeah,
then sometimes, you know, you just want to sit on your couch. You don't want to engage with people that you don't really know. Like
yeah,
you try to do your best, you know, you try to be like I personally don't know about other people, but I personally try to reply to as many people as I can. I try
mm,
to engage with my followers, and you know, it's quite exhausting. It
yeah,
really does take it out of you. You know, I just
yeah.
sometimes want to lay on the couch and watch TV and like shut off the world, but I can't because like that's my world, you know.
Yeah, true, true. No, I get it. I
So
get
there's ups and downs.
it. When did you decide to move to the Gold Coast? Because I feel like a lot of yous season
Mm.
6, most of yous live in the Gold Coast, I feel.
No, there's a couple of us here, but not all of us. But I was in Melbourne, and I'm sure you're aware, Melbourne had one of the harshest lockdowns due to COVID in the
Oh,
world.
wow.
Um, I mean, you guys obviously in lockdown now, so you kind of get
I
it. But
know. Yeah, yeah,
Melbourne and Australia really took it under their wing, like really tried to put a stop to the
yeah,
COVID spread. You know, and I'm super thankful to be here in this country, you know,
yeah,
but I guess, you know, we do have less people. It's probably a little bit easier to manage.
yeah.
Um, but then again, Melbourne, specifically Melbourne in the whole of Australia, had the harshest lockdown in the whole world at one point in
Wow.
time. And, you know, we literally weren't allowed to go 5 kilometers from our
Yeah,
house, even to
yeah,
go to the shops
yeah,
or anything like that. Um, I don't know. It just really, I'm not somebody who likes to be cooped up.
yeah,
Uh, I'm a bit of a free spirit, a bit of a gypsy, I guess you could
yeah,
say. Um, and for me, it was just really like taking its toll on my mental health. And um, Queensland was open, and basically everything was pretty much normal up here.
yeah.
So I just couldn't get to Bali, couldn't get to the beach, couldn't get to my island. Like I couldn't go to my normal escape. So I
Yeah,
basically found the Aussie version of Bali, and
yeah,
I couldn't be happier. So
absolutely.
it was
Like,
the right
so what?
decision for me.
Yeah, when the COVID hit, were you in Melbourne then? When COVID hit, were you?
Yeah.
Did you just? How did everybody like in Australia kind of take it? Were you guys obviously watching on the news, hearing about COVID, hearing there, and other places
Mhm.
locking down like Spain and Italy? Did you guys
Yeah.
think this thing is gonna come to Australia, or what was going like? What was on the news down there? What were you guys thinking?
I mean, the news is pretty wild. I mean, it would just be exactly the same as what you guys, you know, it's always exaggerated. It's always,
Yeah.
you know, it's the news. You never know what to believe with the news. So really, like here in Australia, we're, you know, all pretty laid back, chilled people. So when you hear something like that on the news, you're just like, yeah, nah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
But it did. So, you know, it was all a bit of a shitstorm, really. Uh, I guess like for everybody, it's
Absolutely.
the same. You know, it was the same for us as it was for you guys, really.
Okay. And do you
I
reckon
guess it
what
was just.
are you definitely moved to the Gold Coast for good now? Are you gonna be in between Melbourne and the Gold Coast?
Well, I mean, all of my closest family and friends are in Melbourne. You know, my dad, my twin brother,
Yeah.
all of my best friends are down in Melbourne. So I obviously will visit Melbourne a lot. I don't know if I will end up back there, you know, anytime soon. Do I see myself going home back to Melbourne anytime soon? No, I am home here. I'm
Mm.
officially a Queensland resident. You know,
Queensland
all my
resident.
paperwork swapped over. So like
Yeah.
I plan to stay here, you know, until things change. But to be fair with me, anything can happen. As soon as the world opens up, who knows where I'll go? I might even come over there. I
Yeah,
don't know.
absolutely. Absolutely. No, no, that's good. That's good. Because you came over here actually, was it 2019 or 2018 you came over here? Was straight after the show, I think you came to England, didn't you?
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, 2019. Yeah, because I remember seeing it on your post that you was in England at some point.
Yeah, well, it was just after we were in Bali together. I
Yeah,
went to the
yeah.
UK. Yeah.
You went to the UK. Ah, cool, cool, cool. Are you down Mermaid Beach or whereabouts in Queensland are you?
I'm in Mermaid Beach. Yeah, literally
Mermaid
like
Beach.
100 meters from the beach. It's like so
Aye, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
good.
Well, I lived in Surfers because I stayed in Gold Coast for a year after the
Yeah,
season.
okay.
Yeah, and I was in Surfers.
Whereabouts in Surfers did you stay?
Literally,
Like
I was
right, like on the Esplanade?
yeah, no, yeah, right in the heart. I was on Avalon Building. Do you know the Avalon Building? right on 50th Avenue. It's called the Avalon building. That's where I lived. It was literally right in the heart. Like White Rhino was like 3 minutes walk from my apartment.
Yeah, it's like right near Cavill Ave.
Exactly.
Right
like
in the
50
center,
Cavill. It was actually 50 Cavill Ave, like literally
Cavill
opposite
Ave,
traffic lights. You know, opposite the traffic lights.
Yeah, I know exactly where it is. Yeah.
Literally,
I don't really get out much in surfers. It's a little bit too young for me now.
You see, we used to go Bali Heads. We used to go Bali Heads, Bali Pavilion. That's where we used to hang out a lot.
Yeah. That's where I hang out a fair bit.
Because it's quite chilled. It's more mellow. It's
a bit more chilled. Yeah, that's exactly right.
No,
but I mean, I'm not gonna lie. You know, I did go out, have a bit of a time in surfers. So like the other week for my birthday, it was fun. Every now and again, you know.
Out there in Queensland are kind of like normal. Like we're so locked down here.
Well, I mean, for us here in Queensland as well, it was normal compared to like Sydney, Melbourne, everywhere else. I mean, I don't really know much about Western Australia, but I mean, on the east side. Wait, hold on, are we on the east side? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's a bit awkward. We were like the only state that was like fully back to normal almost. I guess, you know, we do like the check-ins so you can have the contact tracing, all of that sort of stuff, but you know, and the 1.5 meter apart, we still have those rules in place, but you know, we don't have to wear masks. I don't know, we're allowed to dance, we're allowed to go to the bars, like beach. It's basically back to normal, I guess. You know, your new normal, whatever you want to call it,
type of thing. That's good. Well, listen, you've given us so much information today and it's been great, and I thank you so much for jumping back on again after that we had that hiccup with the internet connection. One thing I want to
I'm sure you can tell I love a good old chat. Like,
I know
you can keep talking if you want. I can go all night.
No, you do, honestly, and I'll have you back on. I want to just ask, where is Tamara with her love life?
Very single.
Very single. And are we enjoying it, or are we single and looking?
Look, I would say, I don't know, how do I want to put this? I'm not actively looking. I just think, you know, the right person in the right time, it will all just fall into place. Yeah. Maybe not. You know, I'm getting a bit older now, Jesus Christ, maybe it's not gonna happen. I don't know. But I mean, you know, I obviously have had like little things here and there. I speak to a few people. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's moving forward, but right now I'm very much single. Yeah.
And enjoying it.
Yeah. I'm just having a good time, just doing me, living my best life.
Absolutely.
Single, ready to mingle, you know.
Nah, listen, that is great. That is great. Maybe next time when you meet Mr. Right and he pops a question, you can come back on the chat and you can let us know all about it.
Well, I mean, you might be waiting a little while, Darcy. Apparently I'm hard to date. I don't know, you know.
Is that so? Did you ever catch up with Dan, like after the whole scandal? Like, did you guys ever meet up and kind of go for a drink and hash things out, or did you ever speak and kind of like, you know, let bygones be bygones, or have you not spoken to him since the show?
Yeah, Dan and I have caught up after the show. You know, we're civil. Like, I wouldn't say he's a friend, but you know, we're civil. Yeah, like, if I see him out and about, will I say hello? Will it all be fine? Yeah, of course. You know, we're adults. I have no grudges against anybody, really. Him, Jess, no one. Like, Jess and I are now friends. You know, I just think that was that time. Okay, you know, you guys were assholes. It is what it is. Did I really genuinely like Dan? I didn't. So for me, it was like so easy to just like brush it aside and like move it along. Yeah, did I feel like an idiot? Was I a bit embarrassed that happened to me on national television? Yeah, I was. But you know, that's really it in a nutshell. I just don't really care. I just have no feeling towards it. And then I guess the media like portrays it to be so much bigger than it really is. The media made it out to be a more bigger issue than it really was. But I guess obviously for you guys you're watching a love story. You know, I think you guys, like the viewers, you know, took it worse than I did.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I think I'd fully checked out early on. So for me, like it was easy to move on and for us to be civil and friends.
We were kind of rooting for you and Dan to kind of work. And then when he turned out, like Jess, like everybody kind of from the viewer's point of view, nobody liked Jess. Like we didn't like what she was doing, how she was going about it, how she led Mick on, why didn't she just let Mick go, and kind of like it was very upsetting to see the whole thing of you and Mick and how that played out on how you guys got treated.
Yeah, and I totally get that, because that would have like really annoyed me too if I was watching, you know. It was shady and it was a shit go, and you know, all these things are true. Yeah, like they behaved in a really poor manner, and could it have been done in a different way? 100% it could have. But at the end of the day, you know, it was 3 years ago for me.
Yeah,
whatever,
you've moved on.
it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, I'm fully moved on.
Yeah, what?
Well, not technically. Where is the guy for me? Come on, maybe he's in the
UK. Maybe that's why after local, you need to fly down here and find out.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm sure. Yeah, but hey, you never know. With the new MAFS that's coming up here in the UK, there might be a guy out there on that show. If it don't work out for them, and you guys could, you know, season 6 and whatever this season will be.
Well,
I'm not sure.
We'll see, but I mean, I highly doubt that. But we'll see. I just want to get married and have kids, guys. Like, why can't somebody love me? Why won't anybody love me?
Because you were kind of good with kids, actually, because we've seen the scene of you meeting Dan's little boy.
No, I never met him.
Oh, you never met him?
No, I never met Dan's son.
I think
Dan didn't want him.
When you was talking about that, there was a bit where you said that you love kids and you're all for the kids, and you know.
Yes.
Hopefully
we did have conversations about it. You know, that was actually one of the things that the casting directors asked me was, do I want kids? Would it bother me if my partner had kids already? And I said, no, wouldn't bother me. I love children. I have grown up with so many younger cousins, and I've, you know, babysat younger kids my whole life. I don't know, I actually do connect with young children very well. I love them. I think they're so raw and so like beautiful. You know, they're like unwarped by the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just find it very refreshing to be around them. So, you know, I can't wait to be a mum one day, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm sure you will, and I'm sure you'll make a great mom. And yeah, it's good. How when everything obviously like died off and kind of finished, like what did your dad say and your brother, like were they just like, listen, forget about it, move on, and kind of let bygones be bygones, or did they pretty much stop watching it when things started going sour for you?
Well, you see, my dad wouldn't watch it with me.
Yeah.
So while I was living with my dad, at the time it was airing, and my dad would, you know, walk off into his room and watch it by himself. So I don't even know the reactions he was having towards it, because he would never sit there and watch it with me. But you know, my dad and my brother are just so chill. Like, if you think of your typical Aussies that are just like chill, like just want to hang out, have no drama, carefree, like that is them to a T. So therefore me doing this is just like wild to them, you know. But then like also they know me and they know what I've been like, you know, my whole life. So it's just a bit like, oh well, she did it, she can deal with that, you know, like it's just a bit of a but they're obviously very supportive at the same time. You know, they were very proud of how I handled myself on the show, so that was good to hear. All my family and friends said that they were really proud.
Yeah, I think you handled yourself really well from the viewer's point of view. Like, I was surprised a little bit by the lady that flew out to Dubai and told you that, oh, if there was a cheating scandal, you'd have come across as somebody being nasty or a bitch or whatever she said. But
well, I mean, I don't remember the words that she said exactly, but it was like, you know, I'm not like really sure of how your edit would have come across. Maybe I would have looked like I was really closed off and I wasn't really giving down a chance. I don't know. But you know, there is so many other different sides to what you don't see. You know, we film hours and hours and you see like 5 minutes. So there's lots, like, who knows how I could have looked. But you know, I was really proud of myself. I mean, at the end of the day, I guess if I actually really did love Dan, I wouldn't have handled it that way.
Yeah, true.
I probably, you know, I probably would have, like, you know, wanted to smash her head into the concrete. I don't know, but do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't really see the need to over exaggerate, because it was kind of just like I was hurt in the moment. It was more the embarrassment and the shock of, you know, the betrayal and the betrayal of mine and Dan's friendship.
Yeah.
But if I had have really like fallen for Dan and he cheated on me, like it would have been a different story. My reaction would have been completely different.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? Like, of course
Yeah.
it would have been. My emotions would have been like fully invested, and I would have probably lost it. But then again, I might not have. I don't know. I don't know how I would have handled that if I did genuinely have feelings for him. Maybe I would have just been like, well, is what it is. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would have. I think I probably would have, you know, lost my lid a little bit.
Is there anybody that, out of the whole cast of season 6 that you kind of like very, very close with, that you sort of keep in touch on a sort of weekly or what like once in a while you sort of hang out?
Yeah.
Together? Who would that be?
Yep. So I like Melissa Lucarelli is one of my best friends in the whole world. She's literally a amazing human being. She's actually flying up to see me in a few weeks over Easter.
Wow.
Going to come and stay here with me in Queensland. So, you know, we fly between, you know, she's stayed with my dad and me in Melbourne. I've been to hers, like we fly back and forth. We try to keep in contact most days. Being up here in the Gold Coast, I probably see Mike a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say
good
Mike.
friends.
Yeah.
Him and I are really good friends. I love Mike. He's a really cool guy.
Yeah, he is. I was actually, it's funny you said that, because before I hit you up about doing this, I actually spoke to Mike about it, and he's actually getting back to me about it. So I was actually chatting to him as well, and he was like, yeah, now I want to do it 100%. He was like, I'll get back to you. Yeah. So if you speak to Mike, tell him, hey, get on JB's podcast and speak.
I will.
I'd love to hear his side of his story, because he also like was portrayed in a negative way, but I know he was just misunderstood.
He is very misunderstood.
You know what I mean?
He actually is a very beautiful human. I don't know. He was one of my favorites the whole season. I got along with him from the start. Like what I seen from what you guys seen, because you know we watched it the same as you. We really didn't see any of it until we sat down and watched it with the public. Like the way he came across, I'm not gonna lie, like he didn't get a great edit, I guess you would say. But yeah, like does he have those tendencies where, you know, some things he might say might come across a bit obnoxious or whatever? He does, but the thing is, you guys don't really know him. You don't really know the way he's saying it.
Absolutely.
So therefore it's actually not obnoxious at all. Does that make sense? It's like, you know, I'm his friend, so he'll say something to me and I'm just like, yeah, cool. But whereas somebody from an outsider's point of view would have just been like, what? Can't believe you've said that. Do you get what I mean? Like, it's kind of that. But he's actually a really great guy. And, you know, him and I are really, really close. So.
No, that's good. Nah, definitely let him know.
I'll get him to hit you up.
Yeah, tell him. He's like, JV's still waiting for that reply back.
I will. I'll let him know.
No, that's good. Listen, Tamara, it has been literally amazing, and we wish you nothing but the best of success. And whenever you're in the UK, do not hesitate to hit me up and let us know that you're here, and we can, you know, link up and catch up, and maybe we can.
Hopefully, when you guys get out of lockdown, I'm trying to plan to come over. So
absolutely,
fingers crossed it happens. I'm praying for you all. I'm literally praying for you all.
I know there's,
I mean, a little bit selfish reasons.
I know they're saying June the 21st. Apparently, that's when the lockdown is meant to come down, but we don't know. You know, they keep saying these things.
I mean,
we don't know.
They were saying that to us in Melbourne for months and months. You know, we would get like a date when it would end, and it just never ended. Hence why I left. But you know, I'm praying and my fingers are crossed for you all. I hope you get out of lockdown on June 21st, and then I can come over too.
I know, absolutely, and then you can find that Mr. Right, because I'm telling you, you will find Mr. Right out here in the UK.
I mean, hopefully.
No, I'm sure 100% you will. Listen, it's been great talking to you, and thank you for giving me the time and the opportunity.
Of course, it was great to catch up.
It's been amazing, and you know, me and my partner, we always talk about, you know, you like and her dancing in Tropicana, you know, on
I actually remember that.
Partying hard, and that
we were like doing tequila shots, and like dancing up on like the table.
I know, with that vodka. It was a wild night. Literally, it was one of the best nights we had in Bali. It was literally one of the best.
Yeah, it is a good time.
It was good. It was good. And then after that, I just
Yeah.
kept seeing you everywhere. Like you would go to different spots and I would see, I'd be like, oh my God, there's Tamara. There she goes. And you're just like,
Well, I mean, it's a small island, Dals, you know, and I'm just like I just float along everywhere. I go and see my friends at all different bars always.
Yeah.
Just like a little floater.
I'm sure you're missing Bali right now, but yeah.
I am so much. Like, I would do anything to be there right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I could actually technically get there. I just don't really want to have to quarantine when I get back.
Yeah.
You know, I've already done a 2 weeks quarantine from Melbourne to Queensland. I've done it once. I'm not doing it again.
Yeah, it's like you're not allowed to do anything. You just have to sit in the room. It's crazy.
Well, yeah, they put you in like a hotel, and I mean, I literally was drinking red wine every day. So it was not great, but it was. I don't know.
Yeah.
Depends what you make of it, I guess.
Absolutely. Listen, it's been great. And for everybody listening, make sure you follow Tamara. It's Tamara_Joy, Joy on Instagram.
It's double underscore.
Yes, double underscore. You heard there, right? Tamara _Joy. And what a surname, Joy. Like that is like.
That's not my surname. My name is Tamara Joy. My last name's actually Lang. So my surname is actually Scottish.
Oh, Scottish. So you got a bit of Scottish roots. So you are from these woods.
Yeah. Then. Yeah, my background is Scottish.
Oh, wow. That's another conversation.
I know, nobody would have thought that, would they?
Nope, definitely wouldn't have thought that. Yeah. Absolutely. Nah, that's great. I'll put the link below for people to follow you. And for those who haven't watched Married at First Sight Australia season 6, I'll also put the link below because trust me, it will blow your mind from start to finish. That whole season was like the best. By the way, did you go to the reunion? Because you guys had a reunion like happen like a couple of, did you not go? Because I know Mike definitely was up there. I think he went.
Yeah, Mike went. So they invited only a select few people. I guess it was probably the people who had still drama to sort out, or like I guess beef. I don't know. It was just, I don't really know what the purpose of it was. I think it was just to hype up the new season, maybe.
Fair enough.
Like, I'm not sure. You might get to see it. I mean, if you do, whatever. If you don't, it wasn't that amazing. Like, I was just like, oh, snooze. Like, you know what I mean? It was just the same issues from the same people and the same, you know what I mean? The same drama. And I'm just like, thank God I'm not there. Like, because it was a shit show.
And your season actually won a Logie Awards, didn't you?
I think it did. Yeah, I'm not 100. I don't know. But I think there was some sort of awards.
A lot of you lots actually went down because the Logies were actually held in the Gold Coast, and a lot of you used
they were
Gold Coast for that. Which is again another accomplishment, and that's a great achievement because you were part of that.
I mean, it definitely was the best Married at First Sight Australia season. It was definitely the one that got everybody talking. I think the season before ours was, pretty controversial, and then our one just sort of took the cake. And then I think from here, like, honestly, like, in my opinion, I'm not being biased or anything, but the next one was just a bit of a shit show. Like, it was just a little bit too much drama going on. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, okay, we've seen it now. Like, do you get what I mean? But this season, this new one that they're doing, they've tried to sort of spin it around a little bit and bring it back on track, I guess. As much as they can, because it seems to be a bit wild as well. I mean, look, us Aussies are just wild, so it's just going to be a wild show, really. Especially when it comes to our feelings, like,
that's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is.
Listen, thank you so much for coming on, and definitely keep in touch, and for anything that you're doing, any new things that you've got going on, come back on the podcast and talk to us, let us know. Of course. Definitely hit us up when you come to the UK. Definitely would love to meet up.
I will.
I'm sure it will be great. And
fingers crossed it's soon.
I know. Wish you all the success, and guys, make sure you follow.
Thank you.
Follow her on all our platforms. I'll put all the links down below, and make sure you download this podcast and you subscribe and write a review. Let us know how me and Tamara did, and I'm sure we did great. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us on the mic with JB Banda. See you guys next time. We're out.